Greetings, YouTube. Happy Thursday. You know, you are only as good in this world as your word. And I promised almost a week ago to the user Silly on the Line app that when my week slowed down and there wasn't a big deal to review or there wasn't a huge, say, incoming news break on Alliance War, a new champion, etc., that I would take the time to cover more in depth, kind of the unintended, maybe from Kabam, but certainly the now destructive tendencies of what a tie can do in Alliance War. And this is not meant to be just another video where I complain about Alliance War, but I do think that in general, when something doesn't help anyone, it should be looked at. And ties really suck. In fact, this message from Silly starts off, have you ever done a video on why ties really suck? Tying increases our Alliance War rating, yet sends up plummeting down the leaderboard. Now, I should say it could decrease the Alliance War rating and it sends you plummeting down the leaderboards for that reason. We'll have at least an equal difficulty next time, all while falling further away from the gold 1 to 2 border. So why can't the victory points be split between tying alliances? Which I think when you tie, you get half credit. So like in hockey, for example, if two teams if they used to tie, and I think even this works in shootouts, like even if a team wins in a shootout, you still get half a point or 1 point. So you still get something. Tying is obviously as close to winning as it can be. But the current system just punishes both alliances for tying in a way that is not only not fair to either alliance, but it could be the difference at the end of the season between whether or not you stay in your current rank or fall, or maybe whether you advance in a new tier or stay at the current tier. So both are penalized, and you can see that even though it said +5, there was a tie that went on in the history of this alliance, and they literally tied the exact score, 147,270 points. And then 67 ranks this alliance fell so far after it. So it essentially felt like a loss, even though it was a tie. Don't worry, just food for thought, I don't have to reply. Well, I assured this person that it's more than just food for thought, because I have never tied in an alliance war, but I can see why it's just terrible for both people. And I think you don't want it to be like amazing, because even though I think it would be really hard to do, maybe there'd be some world where alliances could collude together and figure out exactly how many deaths each needed, or diversity or whatever, and then they would just try to tie so that both could get like the equivalent of winning. So you don't want to have incentives to tie, but at the same time you don't want it to be the case where it just feels like both alliances lost when you tie. And the current system is broken. It is set up, and that's even ignoring all of the horrible screenshots I've seen from just the terrible matchmaking system, which continues to be a huge problem that I don't think we do enough time talking about as a community either, because now that you have a much more difficult Alliance War map set to hit with worse nodes, and that's even before the global nodes, and we don't even have an increase in rewards, and then at the same time, on top of that, you have a matchmaking system where you can't have confidence that you're going to have anywhere close to even fight for so many alliances. I've seen somebody in Platinum 3, a Plat 3 alliance, get paired up with like a Gold 2 alliance this week, and that just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And it's like little David versus Goliath, only little David has no biblical chance, no prayer, if you will, of winning that. You've just lost it before the matchup has even begun, and that is just so defeating, especially when you obviously want just a shot to win fair and square. So there you have it. I didn't want to take a bunch of time for this video. I just wanted it to be a couple minutes long and talk about why ties need to be changed in Alliance War, because as it stands right now, it hurts both alliances. And really, I think the suggestion by Silly about splitting the victory points 25k between tying alliances is the best solution I've seen. If you have a better one that you'd like to offer up, comment below and let me know. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.